In a democracy, people can shape their future through participation in decision-making. One way they can do this is by amending laws if they're not happy with certain aspects. But what exactly is a people's initiative? IMB explains what is people's initiative. A constitutional reform refers to a political and legal process to amend or revise a current constitution. It is also known as charter change or cha-cha, and there are three ways to achieve this constitutional reform. First, the Constitutional Convention or CONCON. This involves electing delegates tasked solely with proposing amendments to the Constitution. It is seen as more democratic but can be time-consuming and expensive. Second, the Constituent Assembly or CONAS, wherein both houses of Congress convene to propose amendments to the Constitution. It is a faster process compared to a Constitutional Convention, but some fear it could be used for self-serving interests. Lastly, the People's Initiative or PI allows citizens to directly propose amendments through a petition process. In Republic Act No. 6735, initiative means people's power to propose constitutional amendments or legislation through an election. 10% of nationwide voters and 3% in each legislative district must sign a petition. Once the required signatures are gathered, COMELEC verifies them using the voter registry. Previous attempts to amend the Constitution like Sigaw ng Bayan during Arroyo's term failed. In 2006 Lambino vs. COMELEC case, the Supreme Court rejected an initiative due to petitioners not meeting basic requirements, like showing the proposed amendment before collecting signatures. The debate over cha-cha in Congress has been in the headlines. The House wants to ease economic restrictions, while the Senate prioritizes checks and balances. PI also aims to seek the power of the House and the Senate to vote as one when approving changes to the Constitution by a 3/4 vote, which the senators disagree with. The House, led by House Speaker Martin Romualdez, assures Filipinos that proposed amendments will focus on economic provisions, aiming to boost job opportunities and corporate access to social programs through foreign investments, addressing the lag in GDP growth compared to neighboring countries. Senator Amy Marcos calls for a Senate review, while Senate President Juan Miguel Zubiri proposes RBH 6 to amend economic provisions via Constituent Assembly, preserving bicameralism. Additionally, the Senator's manifesto warns of a potential no-election scenario if PI succeeds, as it could lead to contentious proposals like protecting lands from foreign ownerships or removing term limits in 2025 or 2028. However, Albay 2nd District Representative Joey Salceda emphasized that the initiative for cha-cha is better to push long before the 2028 presidential elections to assure the public that there is no attempt to extend President Marcos' term. But what is really the motive of PI proponents in these initiatives? According to Professor Dennis Cornacion, a political analyst in the UST Department of Political Science Chair, it is hard to determine the true intention of the PI proponents.
It's really hard to, determine their true intention. Kasi mahirap hulaan ng motibo at intention unless they explicitly and expressly mention their intention. Since there is no clear public support for their people's initiative, I think it's more of it's determined by or motivated by their private interest or perhaps their own political agenda. Kung private interest lang ang kanilang isinusulong, motibo sa kanilang people's initiative, wag na lang siguro.
Allegations of signature buying for a people's initiative have also been rampant since last year, as there were reports from different cities. Davao residents even testified that they were made to sign the PI sheet in exchange for ayuda. That said, assess the issue of concern. Is it urgent, or is it the country's priority for now? As a responsible Filipino citizen, ask yourself first, does PI means people's initiative for public interest or for private interest?